Hello everyone, I'm Yogurt and this is a video about the OpenDev version of Endless Dungeon. I have noticed that some people are struggling making it through the current content, so I figured I would share some tips and tricks that I have come across while playing this game. Let's start by having a look at the basic resources. There are 4 primary resources you will be earning and spending as you make your way through the space station. Starting from the top of the UI, we have Science. Science is, unsurprisingly, used for researching upgrades for your turrets. It is also used for re-rolling the upgrade options of any type of upgrade, be it research, crystal or hero upgrades. Next in the list is Industry. This is the most immediately useful one since it is used for building both generators and turrets. Food is the third resource and usually the most overlooked one. It is far from useless though, as you can use it for upgrading your heroes, as well as currency at the trader or for buying med packs. The final resource is Dust Shards. This is the only resource not given as a passive income. They have to be drilled from the walls of the station. They are used for upgrading your crystal or powering dark rooms. In order to make it all the way through the dungeon, you need to manage your resources properly. For this purpose, there are a few things you will want to think of. First off, barrels. Destroy barrels whenever you find them. They have a chance to drop any of the 3 basic resources, and if picked up, this will greatly boost your income over time. If not picked up right away, they will despawn, so make sure you run over to any dropped resources. The second thing you really want to think about is your generators. Generators have a scaling cost, where the first one placed per map costs 2 industry, and the cost increases by 2 for each active one you have. This means that the third one you place costs 6 industry, and the fourth costs 8. So when is it appropriate to build a generator? I try to figure out how safe an area is, and weigh that against how many active generators I have, and roughly how many doors I have left to open in that map. Each generator increases your income by 2 for each open door. That means that the first one you place only has to survive opening a single door to pay for itself. By the time you place your 5th one, which I almost never do, it and all your other generators would have to survive for 5 door openings just to break even on the cost. Regarding which type of generator to place, it depends on the game state. I will normally place 2 to 3 industry generators, and then maybe a science one if it makes sense. I almost never place more than 4 generators on a map, and only rarely more than 3. You can of course go for more food if you prefer, but I try to keep my heroes safe enough to not need massive amounts of healing, and let equipment and upgrades happen whenever they so wish. Finally, you want to plan your defenses according to one of 2 strategies: buying space or conserving resources. Buying space usually means placing your defenses as close to the enemy spawner as possible, such that you have a large safe area left to build generators, perform science, or transport your crystal. Sometimes you have to conserve resources though, and that is when you will want to look for natural choke points where enemies from 2 or more spawners have to pass through the same defensible area. There are a few situations where these 2 strategies converge, such as the end of Procedural Factory, but generally you will want to build close to spawners if you can afford it. Both heroes and turrets gain experience as they defeat enemies. Some support turrets gain their experience in other ways, but let's not worry too much about that. When a hero levels up, they gain increased stats. Generally, their damage dealt and health pool will increase, and some other stats that are hidden in the current build will also increase. Turrets can be leveled up exactly once each in the field. When a turret is ready for upgrade, it gets a yellow glow underneath it, and you can upgrade it by simply walking up to it and interacting with it. The upgrade is completely free, other than the tiny amount of time needed to channel the upgrade. It is worth noting that if a turret is destroyed, it loses all experience towards the next level, even if it was already glowing when destroyed. Perhaps the most noticeable upgrade happens when upgrading a Jellyfire. At level 1 they have a short range and don't really seem to do much, but already at level 2 their area of influence and enemy debuff is much stronger. If you ever get one to level 3 you are in for a treat. The area is massive and so is the effect on enemies. When upgrading the crystal, you are making a decision that will impact the rest of your run. The strongest upgrades you can find are the ones that give bonus resource generation. As with generators, I prioritize industry and science over food, but you do you. For heroes, not all upgrades are equal. I try to focus on the ones that give very clear benefits to damage or survival. Just a quick word of warning. There is an upgrade that increases attack speed but lowers damage, and it will actually slightly decrease your overall damage over time. As for turret research, most turrets are viable at the moment, but I feel like I should take the time to explain how turret research and field upgrades work right now. You start out with a few turrets at your disposal, and upon finding a research machine, sometimes referred to as an artifact, you will be able to research new turrets or upgrades for your current turrets, assuming you can pay the associated science point cost. Once you have selected a turret to research, a wave of enemies will start spawning. During this wave, you have to defend not only the crystal and your generators, but also the research machine. If it is destroyed before the wave ends, you will have lost the research points without receiving the new turret or upgrade. So, why would you want to upgrade an existing turret rather than researching a new one? Well, each turret has a max level of 3. Once placed, turrets can only receive exactly one field upgrade though. This means that unless a turret upgrade has been researched, it can never get better than level 2. Once you research level 2 of a turret, all new turrets of that type placed will start out at level 2 and eventually upgrade to level 3. If you research level 3 of a turret, they will have level 3 when placed, but will never level up, since that is the maximum level. When moving around the map, remember that you can teleport freely to your crystal whenever you want. Many times that is quicker than walking all the way to where you're going, especially if you're going back to the crystal to defend it. When defending in multiple locations, try spreading your heroes out to help cover weak points in your defenses. Remember that experience into your heroes is a good long-term investment, but getting your turrets to level up may help your automated defenses become self-sufficient, so your hero can go help out somewhere else. When moving the crystal to a new crystal slot, to mine a dust shard, or to open a crystal door, bring all your heroes in to help if needed. It doesn't matter how many generators you have if your crystal gets destroyed. Good luck on reaching the end of the OpenDev, and have a great day.